Hey guys, what's up? It's Alana. I'm going to go ahead and show you a Vaniki poll and kind of go over some things in Dragon Necropolis and show you where some of the spawn points are. For anybody that's doing it, the best thing that you can do is probably have one of three classes: Monks, Necromancer, or Shadow Knight. Ideally, you would like to be faction with Chitauri. If you need help doing that, there are wikis out of there. So, start out, you have a bunch of junk buffs, and then bury your Spiritual Wolf or your J-Boots so you don't get that dispelled. There are a bunch of traps in here. Most of the spiders don't see invis. Right around here where my mouse cursor is, there's a trap there, which will spawn a spider. You'll see piles of bones lying around. If you run over those will spawn a dragon construct. They have really large aggro radiuses, and a lot of these trap mobs will follow you, and they will continue to follow you even after you feign dead, and they will camp your body. So if you happen to get any of those on, you will have to ditch those. You can ditch them in these little nooks over here that I'm looking at. You can also ditch them on the underside of this building here. If they go into the building and they're not fully out, you can feign dead /Q and you will come out and they will not chase you, similar to how that spider was. Okay, sorry, I'm back. My mic went haywire. So we're going to look for the ramp down here. And we're going to go down and take a look at the different spawn points. On the way down, you will run into some traps, the worst of which are usually the beetle traps. You can feign those off. I also recommend having as high of MR. Oop, there we go, beetle trap. High as MR as possible so you don't get in a stun trap. Okay. Feigning off the beetles. They will not come after you after about 10 seconds. They will despawn. A lot of the mobs down here don't see invis, so you don't 100% have to be factioned. However, if you are, it makes this a little bit easier. If you get hit by any of this stuff, drop your invis and then you'll just get a sea of these Chitauri that will continuously come after you. Alright. So we'll make our way over, and for those unfamiliar, down the ramp off to the right, this is the way to Zelandakar. There are two potential spawns for Vaniki over here. There's a little type up in the wiki that will tell you a little bit more about his spawns. He is not 100% on a quake. He's on a 122 minute or hour timer. And he only has a chance to spawn. God damn. Okay. So, right between these two Dominators is one of the potential spawns for Vaniki, so he will be about right here. This is Vilefang's pool instead, so you want to avoid that. He does not see invis. And when you come across here, you want to stay away from the left side. There's a trap there. It's a fear trap more often than not, and it will send you feared right back into the pool where you will die miserably. Alright, the second of which, so Zelandakar is back here. This is where we normally fight him. Right where I'm standing, this is another potential spawn for Vaniki, so he may be here. So these are the two over on Zelandakar's side. If you pull him from this side, you want to make sure that you do not outrun him. It takes him a little bit to catch up with you. He'll pull about every other mouse with him. But if you are not careful, you will leash him and you will lose him. So if you were to pull him out periodically, you would want to check back here, make sure you got the rats following you. And you'll want to go all the way back to the ramp and go up. The idea is to tag on the top side of the ramp. And I will probably give you a small demonstration of what that's like. The fake Vaniki on the other side. So again, we'd turn around and make sure that we got Vaniki if he's on us, at least in view here, and then we would make our way up. If you have DMF for this, you probably want to click it off to get up this little ledge, and then you can just basically run all the way up here. The left way, there are 3 spawns over here. And we'll go over those. Right here's a pile of bones. There's a trap right along here. About 90% of the time it's going to spawn a construct. Let's see what happens. There he is. So if you have a construct, the easiest way to get rid of him is, we're going to come right around this corner. We're going to feign dead. We're going to slash Q, and I'll be back in just a moment. That's not what I wanted to do. You want to come back in here and you're going to drag him off down the road. If it's a competitive engage, you'll just let somebody else deal with it. Now we're back. He is still there. We'll get rid of him. And we will continue our pull. So we're just going to drag him on down. Put him over by this pool. Problem solved. Okay, so going in here, this is the next spot. This is the rat city. You can come down here and do some farming if you want for rat items. There are about 3 potential spawn points for Vaniki. One is about right where this pool of water is. You'll see him right here. I've seen him a couple of times. Another spawn is actually right back in here, so he could spawn here. So if you got a pet, you can do either one. The last spawn is actually up on this little ledge by this rock. We'll go take a look at that. To get up there, you go up this ladder. You have to watch out because there's a beetle trap that likes to spawn. This time it was a whirlwind, so I guess that's good. So up on this overlooking ledge right here is the last spawn for Vaniki. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simulate a pull, kind of go through that. One of the interesting things about Vaniki is he has placeholders that you cannot target. And once you kill Vaniki, when he spawns in one of those placeholders, there's a chance that in about a minute or so, he will respawn. So if you get him from a particular spawn, you have somebody else that can run down to the same place you found him. It's usually a pretty good idea. So we're going to attack those rats that are back here. Pet's dead. And I'm going to simulate like this was pulling Vaniki here. So you would pull You're going to start getting the entire village on you, and you're going to run it all the way back up. And then you're going to kite in a circle. Hopefully you have somebody that can do a dirty tag and a clean tag. There we go, we got all the things. If you're not careful, this is one of the spots that you can leash. So you just want to make sure you don't do that. Okay. Okay, so I got aggro, this guy's coming, there's going to be a whole sea of these little motherfuckers coming through. I'm going to click off Dead Man Flitting. We're just going to run all the way up here. If you wanted to, you could have somebody that's at the top of the ramp over here tag out. I think over here is a little bit better. Sometimes these guys can actually pass through the wall here, which might make the tag out a little bit more difficult. So if you come out here, it's a little bit easier for him to get targeting, get a little distance. Vaniki's a nasty caster. He'll root, cast a bunch of nasty dots, so if he roots you, it's pretty much game over. Oh, there they are. Okay, and so then what you're going to want to do is just kind of pull them over and do a big circular kite. They do the tag out, pull them towards zone, somebody does the clean tag, and then you can just feign dead all this stuff off. And once you feign everything off, you can slash Q. So somebody tags, clean tag, or dirty tag, either one. If they go far enough away, you can feign dead, and that will leash most everything. So we're just going to go ahead and feign dead here. And that's it. That's your basic kite and Vaniki pull. You can actually keep going around this building here, and then just kite indefinitely if you would need to. So that's it. It's the Vaniki pull. And I will post some screenshots of the different places where he spawns. Thanks, bye.